This shows how I blocked up and insulated my air vent. It was actually a useless vent because we now have a new extractor fan fitted, and so it was just letting cold air in. I started by taking the vent covers off both sides, and I had a cylindrical hole about 40 centimetres long. Now this is a pretty modern wall, so it has a cavity in it. So to insulate it, I put this reflective foil in at the start of the cavity on the inside wall. Now the insulation in the cavity is rigid board insulation, so I think it creates a vapour barrier. So I wanted to create a bit of a vapour barrier as well in the vent. I did this with the reflective foil insulation. Then I filled the rest of the cavity with rock wool from the outside, including pushing it into the cavity to make it meet up with the rigid insulation that was already in there. And I then fitted the outer vent back on, put some reflective insulation around that, both to create an air seal around it and to give a bit more insulation. And I then put 2 more layers of reflective insulation on the inside, one layer quite loose between the plasterboard and the inner skin of previous blocks, and then the other covering the vent and sealing around the sides of that to create a reasonably good vapour barrier right on the inside. So I think that's a pretty good job, and certainly I'm comfortable it's at least as well insulated as the rest of the wall, and should certainly not be letting any more cold air in.